Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the Conservative Patriot. Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to quickly talk today about kind of my feelings on this entire virus, what different states are doing, what the plan is to reopen businesses. As many of you guys know, I live in the state of Connecticut, and we have a very Democrat governor. We've had Democrat governors, probably for the past 25 years, and it's just taken a real big toll on the state. It used to be the insurance capital of the world. We were very prosperous, just in business and in a lot of the insurance companies were headquartered in Connecticut, so it was really big business. But over the past two and a half decades, a lot of these insurance companies have just, a lot of businesses in general have gone away. We also had a really large firearms industry in Connecticut, which is, I bet most of you wouldn't realize that, Colt Firearms was founded in Connecticut. Then we have Remington, Stag Arms, Smith & Wesson is right over the border in Springfield, Mass. So there was a lot of firearm manufacturers in Connecticut, and again, over the past, even sooner, over the past 15 years, a lot of them have gone to places like Texas and I think I don't know if it was Maryland. One states where they were just open for business. They all just took off down there. With all that being said, there are really two Connecticut's. There's a Connecticut that you see on TV where you're like, oh, look at all those rich people, but that's just like this sliver of Connecticut where you have all those New Yorkers coming across the border and putting their houses in Connecticut. And then you have rural Connecticut, where I live. It's like the rest of New England. It's quaint, it's New England looking, a lot of colonial houses, a lot of dairy farms. It's quiet. I live in the northeast corner, which is called the quiet corner. There's a very low population density. There's just, sometimes your nearest neighbor is a half mile away. My town's population is maybe 2,100 people, so it's not that big. And we have, for the longest time, had 0 cases of COVID-19, and just last week, or the week before, we had our first 2 cases, and it seems like it's staying like that, so that's a good thing. But I wanted to see what you all are seeing across the country in your states. What your governor's reaction is, what the local government's reaction has been to this. Ours in Connecticut has been a lot of fear and closing of places, not really following the federal government's orders of, or optimism. It seems like our governor is following whatever Cuomo says of New York, and the governor of New Jersey. It's like the Three Musketeers. They do whatever. They have this alliance, and they're going to do whatever they do together, which is not good for the state because we have a lot of people that are out of work, just like everybody else, and we are very different states than New York and New Jersey, but they're all 3 Democrats, and I think they got their taste of totalitarianism and power and what they can do and how they can control the government because of this crisis. So we were scheduled to reevaluate to see if we could start putting businesses back together, schools, etc., on April 30th. So May 1st would have been kind of the date to put everything, in motion again, to see when we could open up, what we can open up, etc. Just like President Trump has been saying, and his medical staff. But no, our governor has to go, we're shut down until May 20th now. Because that's what the New York governor did. Well, I didn't vote for the fucking governor of New York. I don't think anybody in Connecticut did, and I sure as shit didn't vote for this governor either. But he's following suit with this guy just because they're Democrats, and they stay together through thick and thin, even if it's wrong, because they have the power and they want to keep it that way. It's very disheartening to me because my kids are being affected by this because they're not allowed to see their friends. They have their online classes for school, which is difficult. I still have to go to work, which is even harder because in the back of my mind, I keep thinking, what if I touch something and now it has the coronavirus all over it, and I didn't wash my hands properly or in the right amount of time, and did I touch my face or what did I do? So I freak out about that. So, my wife is stuck at home with the kids. Her family owns a campground, and luckily the campground is able to open up next weekend, which is good. But it also shows that our businesses are being allowed to open no matter what the governor of Connecticut says, because this goes over his head. The National Association for Campgrounds and RV Parks has gone to the federal government to get approval. So they just basically bypassed every state's governor and said, we need your help. We're a small business. And in the federal guidelines, it says that hotels and other accommodations can open. Well, a campground is another accommodation. So they're going to be able to open for just their seasonal campers who already have their campers established at the campground. So they're basically enclosed in their little, they're in their camper. So they have their own bathroom, they have their own kitchen. They don't have to worry about other facilities that we can't open up yet to the public, like bathrooms, playgrounds, anything where there'd be like a social gathering, until May 20th now, apparently, which sucks. But, I'm kind of rambling and going off on different tangents here. I just really wanted to find out what's going on in your states compared to what's going on mine. Are Republican governors more open and more willing to move their state forward, get their workforce back to work, or are they feeling the power as well and locking down everybody? Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what's going on. Hope everybody is well. Hope your families are safe. And always remember, stay on the right side. Talk to you guys soon.